Okay, I believe we have the video and audio capture both on now. And this is a little different one to talk about because maybe some of you have used the Veterans Hotline, Suicide Hotline, Crisis Prevention Line, whatever name it goes by now. I had a couple of rough days, and my daughter was assaulted in her home. Wasn't hurt or anything, but someone came in and, pushed her to the side with fingers and hands and whatever, and she called the police, and I went down so I could watch the children. Her husband's out of town, and the cop had no clue what he was doing. He kept giving different stories, and we're saying, well, what's the criminal offense? He says, oh, just get a peace order or a restraining order. Call it different things in different states, but I think you get the gist. And then he said he needed a judge to sign it. Then he said he needed his boss to see it. And that's when I said, you don't know what you're talking about. You changed your story several times. And he goes, let me tell you. I said, don't tell me anything. I'm done. I don't want to talk to you. And I thought I handled myself quite nice because I've said a lot of fuck words and everything else to cops. And so he left, and my daughter and I sat down and just put down and recalled the best we could of everything that transpired in that 1 hour or whatever that he was there between the neighbors and my daughter. And then I says, okay, now we want to send that to the chief of police, who, believe it or not, is a very good person. I guess he's called the chief. It's Captain Westall. It's in Farmington here in New Mexico. And within 36 hours, she had a response from him. He was on training, but he responded via email and sent us to a lieutenant, who in turn basically filed a complaint on the officer for the way it was handled. Not saying the officer is guilty or anything else right now, but that went okay. I was pretty well pleased with that. And then last night, after 2 days of this going on, I decided to take some pills, and wasn't quite sure how many I should take, and I think I was kind of losing track of what I took. So I called the nurse hotline and asked how many alprazolam and how many something pamoate and fluoxetine should I take, or could I take in one time without causing any injury. I wasn't really out to kill myself or anything. If I was, I wouldn't be calling and ask how many pills I should take. I'd be doing the whole bottle. Bottles. Tons of bottles. And the person thought I was suicidal. I said, no, I'm just sitting here, took some pills, and I'm doing like this here. Typical, whoops, that's not the right. Just kind of writing on my hand, using my favorite tool. And that's besides the point. That's just something to do, something to put pain, physical pain, to take away the mental pain. That's how I look at it. And next thing I know, the person says they're going to be calling our local police. And they're several hundred miles away as far as this person I'm talking to on the hotline. And I said, I don't need any police. And he said, well, do you have a gun in the house? Do I have a gun in the house? Yeah. Is the Pope Catholic? And you've seen my gun before. And I says, of course I have a gun in the house. And of course it's loaded. Well, why would you have it if you're not going to have it loaded? And then he says, well, I'm calling the police. And he did. And we hung up. And I called back and I tried to get someone different to talk to and said, don't call the police, because if someone starts coming in my door, I'm going to fucking shoot them. End of story. It's my house. You know, I mean, if they would knock on the door and say, I have a warrant for your arrest, well, okay, knock yourself out. But to protect me from me, who wasn't contemplating nor even said anything about suicide, and then I get a call. Well, that guy said it's too late, they've already called. A few minutes later I get a call, and it's a police officer who happens to know me, and he said, what's going on? I says, well, nothing really, I'm just sitting around doing some carving and try to find out how many pills I should take, or what would be a dose that would help relieve my frustrations and anxiety and still not be harmful. Now, I'm doing all this nice, calm. I mean, as calm as I get. I mean, you know, my voice goes up and down sometimes, and and also very tired. And it got a little bizarre. The cop said, well, can I come over to the house and come in? I said, no, I don't, no need for that. Besides that, I don't like cops. Fuck the cops. You know, and this is a nice guy. And I said, but no. He said, will you step outside? Ding, ding, ding. Little fucking light goes on. Yeah, I step outside, and then they go, oh, we're going to take you in protective custody for your own, suicidal or whatever thoughts that they got from the VA people, and protect me from myself. And if you want to protect me from myself, you should have never fucking sent me to Nam in the first place. But, well, of course, I signed up myself. And he says, well, can I talk to your wife? I said, no. Oh, let me get back real quick when he said, can we meet outside? Well, I knew right away they'll just, if they want to, they just grab you and arrest you because you're not in your house. They don't need a search warrant. And it's wanted to talk to my wife, and I said, no. I said, you have no need to talk to her. I said, for what reason? I even told my wife the story, what had happened, and, she didn't figure that's Tom. That shit goes on with him. He always finds some kind of reason for something that happened. And I guess the cop said, okay, he said, you sure everything's okay? No harm's going to come to you tonight? You're not going to OD? You're not going to... I said, no, I'm just doing a little tattooing, and I said, it's been a rough couple days, and I was just trying to get answers, and no one could give the answers. There's no doctors around, and I thought, well, they must have a chart to say if you took so many pills and you weigh so many pounds, you can be really fucked up, and you could die or something. Big deal. And but I never got any of those answers. And the next day, everything's going pretty well. And my wife came home for lunch, which she doesn't do. She only gets a short lunch, and she came in, and I was talking to my daughter that's in California on the phone. And my wife says, I want to talk to you. And I says, just give me a second. I said, or can you do it quick? She says, no, it's going to take a little bit. So I finished the conversation with my daughter and said I'll call her back. And my wife says, one of the teachers or teacher aides or friend of somebody, it goes down to some kind of line. That's just all little fucking footnotes I don't care about anyhow. Just give me the Reader's Digest version. And she said, well, they heard on the scanner that they blocked off my street, the streets around it, College Boulevard, 30th Street, Harvard, Marquette, were blocked off, and the bomb squad was out. The bomb squad SWAT team was there. So they were probably all outside, and the person's telling my wife, oh yeah, and they heard on the thing they were on rooftops and trying to look in So what, snipers? This is my fucking house. This is my fucking life. I told them I'm not threatening my life right now. I said, if I was, I wouldn't fucking tell you anyhow. So stay the fuck out of my life. That's all I wanted. Just stay the fuck out of my life. You fucked around with my daughter. You didn't do your fucking paperwork right. I had to fucking read laws and show you the fucking the things from New Mexico code that says if someone comes in your house and you tell them to leave, that they must leave. They can't threaten you and everything. Well, I don't know, but, and I don't know if I mentioned, but I did tell the cop, if you come in my house, we're going to probably have a shootout. Because this is, no one's just going to walk into my fucking house or bust my door down. And I says, of course I have weapons, and you know I have weapons, and I don't care. I'm not coming out to shoot anybody. I'm not taking my life. I'm not fucking with my wife. So just go do your business. Go give a fucking ticket. Go to the donut shop. Go someplace else. And what pissed me off the most that pissed me off is that I called the fucking crisis hotline because I was really down. I wanted to know something about some pills, and instead I got some little fucking probably college knucklehead that said, hey, this guy's a mass murderer. He's fucking nuts. We're all fucking nuts. Who isn't? And needless to say, I think the suicide crisis help hotline is off my fucking list. It's done with. Cut off. Meow. Meow. Fucking gut it. Okay, as you see, I could be calm. And be careful when you call the hotline. You may have somebody you could talk to, but just because I said I was carving, that's not hurting myself. What's the difference between that and drinking a fifth of liquor? I don't drink. If I drank a fifth of liquor, I'd do more fucking damage than this little fucking mark. That's all I gotta say. And so now I'm the fucking crazy man that cuts himself up and sits with a gun, and if cops come in his house, he'll fucking kill him. I did mention, I said, we could also do suicide by cop. I said I could run out my fucking door with a hairdryer in my hand. I saw that on a movie one time too. I think it was with Tom Selleck or something. Then he got put in prison and said they planted drugs in his house. I don't know. You know, all these little movies come to mind when something happens. But I'll run outside with a hairdryer and let them shoot me, and I'd be fucking dead. And I'm sure some lawyer would take the case. And my wife has enough money. I mean, we're not millionaires or nothing, but a few million would be nice. And it'd be their fucking fault, because I told them there's no problem. And I told them, I said, I could run out of the house and you'll think I have a gun. So I went down to the police station today and I said I would like all the information on anything that was mentioned about me last night or what went on, because I didn't know they had the SWAT team and all this other bullshit out there, you know. And I got a call about 10 minutes later, and the lady says, there's nothing on last night. What do you mean nothing on? I had people said they heard a scanner or through, you know, through word of mouth that she said, well, they went out, but no report is being filed on it. It just was, so I don't know, what do they call it, a practice maybe or something, because they're fucking with the wrong person. That's the bottom line. They're fucking with the wrong person, because don't piss off a fucking vet. I will spend fucking 50 years of my life to screw over a fucking cop for 3 minutes when they're fucking wrong. And now I'm pissed at the suicide hot. I'm pissed at everybody. Who am I fucking kidding? I got about, no, I don't know how many friends, if I have any. Who gives a fuck? But at least I would say I probably do converse with vets more. And I did call my friend in Vermont, and he said that must have made your day better. And it did. It really fucking did. I mean, I got a chuckle out of it, and it was probably the happiest I felt in a long time. Knowing that these fucking dumb cops and all these other dumb fucking things, they're not working on any fucking problems we got. Zero. They're not. Drugs. You get drugs, sit and talk about things. You want to work on the problem? Get the fuck out of Iraq. Get the fuck out of Afghanistan. Quit going to fucking wars and finding wars and things to do with taking blood from everybody. Then we'll have a better fucking society. You won't be working with vets. Okay, you know what? I don't fucking believe in war. But yet I would have shot him, but he came through the fucking door, because this is my fucking house. My one little tiny 200 feet by 100 feet, whatever the fucking area it is. It's mine. Just let me have it. Don't fucking bother me. Don't come fucking knocking on my door. The Fraternal Order of Police calls me. Boy, that was real nice a couple hours ago. Hey, we'd like to know if you want to donate. I said, donate up your fucking ass. I says, and fat pigs can go sit eating fucking donuts all day, and you want me to give money. They get a good salary to start with. They got bennies. They're retired in 20 years. Most of them never see anything other than a fucking stop sign or traffic ticket. Well, okay, so that's, I don't know what we'll call this one, but we'll probably call it, the PTSD and how to deal with the cops and the suicide hotline. You don't! Good night, my friends. Peace.